Welcome back to our series. Today we step into Proverbs chapter 28. This chapter belongs to the Hezekiah collection, a subset of Solomon's Proverbs copied and preserved by the scribes of King Hezekiah. These scribes acted as repositories of culture, ensuring that these ethical norms remained an anchor for the nation. Proverbs chapter 28 is a masterclass in social and personal ethics, focusing on the psychological state of the righteous, the responsibilities of leaders, and the true definition of prosperity. The wicked flee, though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Those who forsake the law praise the wicked, but those who keep the law resist them. He who keeps the law is a discerning son. If anyone turns a deaf ear to my instruction, even their prayers are detestable. Similar to Proverbs chapter 10 verse 1 and Proverbs chapter 15 verse 18. Solomon establishes that character dictates psychology. The wicked live in a state of paranoia because they reject the moral order God used to build the world. Conversely, the righteous possess a heroic strength and boldness rooted in a clear conscience and submission to the law, Torah. To ignore God's instruction while expecting Him to hear your prayers is labeled a, quote, theological insult. In the biblical era, boldness was required for physical defense and civic justice at the gate. Today, we often confuse boldness with digital aggression or clout chasing. Solomon reminds us that true confidence is an internal byproduct of integrity, not a performative branding exercise. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but a ruler with discernment and knowledge maintains order. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a helpless people. A tyrannical ruler lacks judgment. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. Wisdom is the fount of statecraft. Solomon observes that political instability is often a symptom of national moral decay. A wicked ruler is a predator rather than a shepherd, causing a loss of agency among the populace. We often look to policy or technology to solve national crises. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 2 points to the character worth of leaders as the primary variable for lasting order. A ruler who oppresses the poor is like a driving rain that leaves no crops. Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways. One who augments wealth by exorbitant interest gathers it for another who is kind to the poor. The rich are wise in their own eyes. One who is poor and discerning sees through them. Those who give to the poor will lack nothing. Solomon presents a, quote, theological economy. Wealth acts as a magnet for pretenders, but poverty acts as a filter that reveals a person's true covenant-faithful loyalty. Oppressing the poor is described as a reality rejection that God detests. Present-day culture often equates net worth with superior wisdom. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 11 offers a humbling corrective. A poor and discerning person sees through the pious veneer of those who believe their capital makes them beyond accountability. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble. This is a primary wisdom test. Wisdom is not about perfection, but about the teachable spirit that values growth over comfort. To prosper in God's world requires transparency. Concealment is a snare to the soul that leads to a hardened, unreactive heart. Our modern era encourages us to curate our failures or hide them behind digital avatars. Solomon teaches that true skill for living begins with the vulnerability of confession. Those who till their land will have plenty of food, but those who follow worthless pursuits will have their fill of poverty. A faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. The miser is in a hurry to get rich. Solomon identifies a strategic sequence for success. Diligent labor, tilling land, over the fleeting vapor of get-rich-quick schemes. Worthless pursuits result in a loss of agency and eventual ruin. Modern life is saturated with digital distractions, endless scrolling, and the lure of passive income without labor. Proverbs warns that haste in wealth building is a vice that bypasses the fear of the Lord. To show partiality is not good. Yet a person will do wrong for a piece of bread. Whoever rebukes a person will in the end gain more favor than one who has a flattering tongue. The greedy stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper. Wisdom requires the skill of the closed lip and the courage of the healing tongue. Flattery is a tool used to, quote, work ruin, while a direct rebuke is a tree of life that restores relationships. Today's affirmation culture often treats hard truths as personal attacks. Proverbs reminds us that true loyalty is found in the heroic strength of speaking hard truths. Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe. This is the theological anchor of the chapter. Solomon identifies self-trust as a form of reality rejection. True safety is found only in divine dependency, walking in the wisdom that God provides. The modern mantra is to follow your heart. Solomon offers a sobering alternative. The heart is deep waters that need the searchlight of God's word to navigate safely. Proverbs chapter 28 tells us that integrity is the foundation of boldness. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 1. It promises that if we choose confession over concealment, diligence over haste, and trust in the Lord over trust in ourselves, our path will be one of life indeed. Which area of your life, your leadership, your wealth, or your heart needs the fountain of life today? Join us next time as we explore the stiff-necked man in chapter 29.